next important function is input. This is very much important function in Python. The function is input. So input is a predefined function. Input is a predefined function used to read the value, used to read the input values, while program is running. While program is running. So let's say I want to take the input from user. Till then, whatever we discussed, whatever program we discussed, in all the programs we are taking the constant value. It means we are not taking the value from user. We are giving the hard-coded value. We are always giving the hard-coded value. Like here also, if you see that we are giving the hard-coded value as a is equal to 10, here a is equal to 20. In all the programs, here I am giving the hard-coded value x is equal to 10. Here we created the sum function, and here also we gave the hard-coded value 10 and 20. But let's say I have the sum program, some logic I wrote. So not always I want the sum of two numbers, right? Definitely I need to ask from user that what two numbers sum you need. So those kind of things can be handled by the method of input. So input is a predefined function which is used to read the input value while program is running, which is used to read the input value from user while program is running. And it is also having the return type. So it returns any data in string format only. String format. So this is the input function which is already available in Python module. Okay, this is input function which is already having inside the Python module, and the return type of this input function is a string. Means whatever, if it is returning anything, this input function is returning anything, then that item, that data will always be in a string format. So if you want the data in other than string format, you need to convert. If you want the data other than the string format, we need to convert. This function will always return the data into the format of a string. We will see the example, then we will be able to identify easily that what exactly it is. So let's say this print, we already know that this print is used to print anything on the console. Let's say I'm writing enter your name. When it is coming enter your name, a console will come. Now I want the input from user. So for that, the input function we need to call. And I said that the input function will return the data into the string format. It means it is returning something. So to hold this value we need one variable, let's say name. So whatever value will be passed here, it will return some string format value, and that value will be assigned to this name variable. When we are calling this input function, it will take some value, and that value will be returned to this name variable. It return any data in string format as we discussed in input function. So now whatever will be typed on console, that will be taken by name, that will be taken by variable name. Now I am printing this variable, that let's say hi name. Hi name. Let's say this is the small program I have, and let's run this program. So program name will be input variable, input one, input one. Let me open this. Let me copy this program from here. Okay, and let's try to run. So last time Yash was not able to understand how we can write. So any program we can save any of the program with the file like input1.py. This is .py extension, okay, and wherever it is saved, let's say it is saved in this location, just go this location, type cmd. When you type cmd, automatically a command prompt will be opened with this root directory, with this directory estudy sab103. This is my directory where my all the program is there, and from here simply I can execute my program either by using python, and file name is input1.py. When I press enter, it is saying this enter your name. Let's say I'm passing my name is Python, and when I press enter, it is showing hi Python. It is showing hi Python. So let me again execute this program. So when I execute this program, first of all, this line is coming. Enter your name. Enter your name. Now, this input variable, this input function, as I told that this input function is used to get the value from user, to get the value from user. So, because we called this input function, that's why only this console is showing any value. This console is expecting any value from user because of this input function only. So now whatever value I am passing, and when I'm pressing enter, immediately this input function value will be assigned to this name. Now this name is equal to, will be treated as like Sachin. Now this name will be treated like as Sachin, and now hi Sachin as the next line will be called. Now hi Sachin as the next line will be called. Okay, so input function will always be required when you want the value from user. When you want the value from user. So now we have another program, another program. Let's say I want to short this program. I want to short this program. So for say, let's say we have location. Let's say, or first I will short this program itself. So either we can write this program either this way, or what we can this input function. There are two types of input function. Either this is the empty variable where we can call this function, and at upper line we can ask anything from user. But apart from this, we can also call this function like this input, and inside this input only we can write enter your name. Enter your name. Like by this way we can also make the short of this program. Hello name. Okay, so there are two ways to call this input function. Either we can call, either first we can print the enter your name, then we can call this input function, then we can print the whatever the user has inputted. And this input function is also can, in this input function we can also pass whatever value you want to print on console. So this is more recommended to use. This is more recommended to use. Why this is more recommended to use? Because we make the one line cut by using this way. Here we have total two line of code just to print, just to ask the any name from the user, and they take the value from user. And here we combine both of these steps into one. So this is the major recommended way, and recommended way. And why this is more recommended? Because it is shorting, it is merging the two lines into a single line. Okay, so here also if we want to see, we can see that this is one way. Let's say if I want to comment these lines. Let's say if I want to comment these lines. So in Python we have hash. In Python we have hash. So in Python there's no concept. So with one hash only one line will be commenting. With one hash only one line will be commenting. with one hash, only one line will be commented. So if I want to comment these three lines here at individual level, I put the comment and the line was commented. So in Python, there's no such way of putting the multi-line commenting like in any other programming language we have. In any other programming language we have multi-commenting. Here it is not there. Here it is not there. But still, here it is not there. And the reason is like why it is not there, because of its indentation. Because in Python, if you see in Python, whenever you trying to write any code, let's say here I write this code. In any other programming language, generally we have the curly braces. Generally we have the curly braces which define the scope of any function or any class. Generally in any other programming language we have the curly braces, or this kind of curly braces which shows that the scope of this function or class. But in Python there's no concept of these curly braces. Okay, so what happened is when you put the multi-line comment, you may have the possibility of error will increase, that during the multi-line commenting you may miss or you may do the error during the multi-line commenting, because there's no kind of curly braces concept is there. So it is little bit tricky to identify the scope of the function. That is the way that they remove this multi-line commenting. But after some time they thought that yeah, that should also be there. So we have the multi-line commenting, but Python PSF community is not recommending that. Python PSF community is not recommending that, because that is also failing at one stage. So how we can write the multi-line commenting? By using triple this sign. I don't know what does it name. I forgot. So this quotes. Okay, triple quotes. By using triple quotes, double quotes. By using triple double quotes, you can use the multi-line commenting. But still, Python community is recommending to use single line commenting, because that triple line quotes will also break, and we will see once we will be learning string that where it is breaking. Okay, for now I put the commenting. Okay, and now I am trying to execute this program which we wrote now, this one. So I put this one, so these lines are commenting. So now this line will work. Enter your name, it will ask the name and it will print with hello. It will print with hello. So here it is asking my name and I am passing that my name is Python, and it is printing hello Python. It is printing hello Python. Let me put a space here. Okay, so it is asking my name like Sachin. It is saying hello Sachin. Okay, so we can also do like this, like within the input parameter, within the input function as well. Within the input function as well, we can pass the parameter whatever we want to print on console. Now next thing, let's say I want the location and age of a user. Location and age of a user. So location is equal to input. Here we will pass enter your location. Okay, so enter your location will be printed on console. Immediately it will ask the location. We can pass the location. Whatever location we pass from console, it will be passed to this location variable. Okay, then we will print the location here. Then we will print the location is location. Okay, then in next line we are asking the age. We are asking the age. So input enter your age. Enter your age, and here we will print the age. Ages. Okay, so 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 here as I told above, that this function is always return the string formatted value. So now here we are trying to get the integer value, because definitely age should be an integer. Definitely it should be an integer. So what we need to do is we need to convert this age. We need to convert this age into the integer type. We need to convert this age into the integer type. For now, there will be no problem because we are not doing any calculation or anything with this age. So whenever we print 21 or 26, it will be treated as a string and it will be printed. There will be no problem. But if you will do any calculation, if you want to do any calculation, let's say I want to know that what will be the age after 7 years. In that case, this age, whatever it will be inputted, that will be at backend, that will be at a string type, and in a string, if we are trying to add 7, it will not give us the fruitful result. So what we need to do is we need to convert the value of this string into the int, in last class we discussed the what is the use of this int. In last class, here we discussed that what is the use of this int function. So it converts the value into the integer function. It converts the value into the integer function. So the same function we need to call here, so that what it will convert is it will convert this string value, the string value which we are passing here, into the integer value, because this function always return the data into the string format. Okay. Now let's run this program with input to copy paste. Okay, now we will run this program and we will run this input to. Then it is asking enter input to. I think I did some mistake here. Control Z. This is input 1. Control C in input 2 I'm calling. Okay. So Python input 2, it is asking enter your location, and let's say it is Hyderabad, and then it is asking, it is first it is printing location is HYD, which I print here. Then it is asking enter your age. Let's say I'm printing 70, so it is giving me age is 70. It is printing me, giving me age is 70. So here we combined this input function. We combine this input function into the print statement, as well as on top of that we are calling the int function. We are calling the int function, which is returning the integer value, because here we want the integer value. That's why we called the int function here. That's why we called the int function here. Okay. So this is the major use of integer function. This is the major use of integer function. So now let's say I want to create the sum of two number function. Let's say I want to create the sum of two number function, and I want the number from user. I want the number from user. So in that case, first what I need to do is I need to create the main function. Main function. So let's say I have the def add. I have two variable x comma y. I have two variable x comma y. Then I am having z is equal to x plus y. X plus y. Let's make it a small x and a small y. Okay, then I have x plus y, and I am printing this sum. I am printing the sum of z. Okay, I am printing the sum of z. So Aman is saying, is there any issue if we want to specify int data type in age? So here, as I told, that here there is no issue because we are not doing a further operation after getting the age. But here you will find that if you will not apply the integer data type conversion, then what issue we will get. So just to clarify your doubt only, we are discussing this program, this sum program. Okay. So print z. After that, After that, let's say I'm taking the two value. A is equal to input. Here I'm asking the value from user. Enter first number. Enter first number. Enter first number. And here I'm asking the enter second number. Enter second number is with B. Enter second number with B. And here I'm calling this add function with value of a comma b. I'm calling this add function with a comma b. Now we will execute this function. Now we will execute this function with input 3. Like test. Okay, test storage. So now what we need is we will call this. We will call this. So once we are calling, it is asking first number. So in first number, I am passing, let's say 1. Then it is asking second number. It is asking second number. Let's say in second number, I am passing 2. Then it is giving me 1 plus 2 means 12. It is giving me 1 plus 2 means 12. Why it is giving me 1 plus 2 means 12? Because as we told that this input function will return the values in the string format. It return any data, it return the value in string format. So when we are typing a number one with this, so it is treated as a string 1, it is treated as a string 2, and 1 plus 2 in a string, always 1 plus 2, it's not as addition, it will be 1 plus 2 in a string will be the concatenation, which will be 12, not 2. It will be 12, not 2 in a string. But here what we want is we want that it should treat as a number, not a string type. So what we need is we need to convert this number into the integer type. So there are two types of way where we can convert this number into the integer type. The first one is this way. The first one is this way. When we are calling, we are passing one number, two number, and it is giving me 3 because we converted that string number into integer. We converted the string number into the integer. This is one way when we convert. So as soon as we are getting the value from user, we are converting that value into the integer. That is one way. That is one way. And the another way is The another way is, and the another way is, instead of converting this value here, what we can do is we can take this value as a string format only, and when we are passing this value here, we can convert both the values. Here we can convert both the values. It means at the time of passing the value we are converting, and another way is when we are doing the calculation, at that time we are converting, and then we are adding. First we are converting that value of string value into the integer type, and then we are only adding. So anyway we can do this. Let's say this time 2 plus 3, it means 5. So anyway we can do this. So if you will not convert this into the integer, it will be treated as a string format because default format is a string only. I hope this replies to Aman.